Hey guys, it's Mike Schnupp, FLW Tour co-angler, and I like to throw a drop shot. It's definitely a great bait to have as a co-angler. Today I want to talk to you about Gamblers, the Shakey Shad and the new Pro Pack, which are 25 count. These are definitely a necessity in the stable, of baits. What I like to do is I rig it on a drop shot. My preferred method, I guess if you want to say, is I throw a 1/0 rebarb, roboworm rebarb hook. And I rig it, weightless, or weedless, excuse me. So, that way the hook is buried in that little slot that Gambler gives you. So that way you're not getting hung up. Traditionally, how I run this is, on average, depending on where I'm fishing, it's about 15 to 20 pound braid with anywhere from a 6 to an 8 pound leader. I normally, depending on the clarity of the lakes, I run anywhere from a 7 to a 12 foot leader. It just depends, man. I think it's really personal preference, but I definitely would recommend having at least a 6 foot leader on there. The conditions, basically I like to throw a 1/4 ounce almost everywhere I go. That way I know what that 1/4 ounce feels like. If you're sitting there, and I mean, sometimes these drop shot bites, I mean, what they're doing is they're just coming up behind it and just grabbing it. And if you can judge the weight and feel the weight, and you know what that 1/4 ounce is supposed to feel like, you know what those soft, subtle bites are gonna feel like. Now, if you're fishing some deep, clear lakes, last year I fished the BFL and Savannah River Division. They got Lake Kiwi, which is a very clear, deep lake. You're catching fish 90 feet deep. The past 2 years, this has helped me, cash checks in both events. And I'd have to switch it up to like a 3/8 ounce. I mean, I know it sounds kind of big, but I mean, you got to get that down there, 90 feet deep. And I think that's definitely the key is, to rig it that way. Some guys will nose hook them, so it gives it a little bit more of an action. If the conditions are right for it, I'll definitely do it, but I traditionally stick to that roboworm rebarb hook to keep it in there. But yeah, definitely check them out, guys. So they're 25 count now, and you can get them in this 25 count. This color right here is a Tennessee Retriever. It's a pretty solid color. Bold Shad and another few other colors are some good ones as well.